Have you ever thought what other interesting challenge could you play in a Minecraft? You know, you always have default, you have super flat, that's nice, but it's already taken. Large biomes, I don't know why would large biomes be needed. Amplified sounds interesting. Does just for fun requires a beefy computer. Okay, I have no idea what this means. Single biome. Now we are having something interesting. And you can choose any biome in the game. Like any biome. Even nether biomes. Even cave biomes. But the fact is that some biomes are more interesting than others to play with, but the one biome which I found interesting was the desert. Now, you might say that there is nothing interesting about the desert. You would be wrong. The desert is interesting in many ways. First of all, there are no trees spawning in the desert, but you still have structures that help you survive and get started, like villages and desert temples and villager outposts. However, you don't have a lot of wood, but you have some. And because of that, I think it is a nice, interesting chance for us to, play also hardcore for the first time, because why not make already a challenging run more challenging? I think that's the best thing I can do at this moment. Anyway, let's get started and see how will it go. Huh. So, immediately we are surrounding by... Oh. We are surrounded by lag. Why is it lagging so much? I see a camel, but in this version that doesn't mean a lot. Camels just spawn naturally. Oh, this is awful. Alright, let's change some video settings. Alright, now it is actually playable. Okay, so our first goal is finding a village or finding a desert temple. Basically, we're gonna go this way until we find a village. This will take a while. Let's proceed to a time lapse of this being extremely speed up and me going forward. Let's give a moment of appreciation to the sounds of the desert that are really pleasant, but also this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Now, oh, we already have that, because we have a cat here. That's awesome. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else that's needed for this, but that's fine. Alright, what do we have here? We have a cartographer. We have two cats here, which can be a nice farm of... We have two cartographers, which is not that useful to us. We have this house. Okay, there's nothing hidden underneath the carpets. but we do have a bed, and we have a second bed, and we actually have not only some food, but we have a chest and a crafting table. You know, this might not be that bad of a village after all. Now, the only thing bad for us is that we have no real ways of getting multiple things until it's gonna be dark. So now we need to get our iron. You might think that me getting iron this way is too much, but the one thing you need to remember is I cannot really get tools in any other way. I cannot make a wooden pickaxe, meaning I cannot get stone tools. Meaning we really do need this guy to die, and it's taking a long time. Awesome. Now we have 4 pieces of iron, which is great. So let's do anything we can. Right now, the best way for us to do anything is the villagers. The villagers that we have here are cartographers, which means we'll need a lot of... It is a really small village. I was hoping for a bit larger one, but we need a lot of sugarcane. That's what I want to basically say. Luckily for us, sugarcane is pretty abundant right here. It's not a rare resource in the deserts, meaning all sugarcane is going to us, because we are gonna need a lot of paper if we want to get anywhere. Once we craft a pickaxe, we will actually be on a really great way, nice, to, you know, get everything we need. But for that we need to actually first gather these things. Now, our problem here is that, yeah, they already started spawning. Yeah, I don't think I can get there without a shield, or at least some basic armor, because I think it is a death wish to go into that place, you know, unprepared. You know, I don't have any experience in hardcore worlds, but I do think that going into a village outpost right when you spawn is a bad idea. Now, we got some sticks, which are going to be really useful to us. And the way I want to go basically do these things is quite simple. Let's craft some paper. It's quite simple, because I'm gonna be awake for a while to have some monsters to spawn, because we need spiders, and we are so lucky. The nether portal will be extremely helpful for us. Let's craft the pickaxe and wait for some monsters to spawn. Just like that. Because we're going to need string for the next things I'm planning. Alright. Mobs are already started spawning, and we do not want a lot of them, we just want enough of them. Like this spider right here. I don't know if that's... Yeah, there's also that husk there, but that should be fine. Alright, editing on here. This whole start takes way too long, and while editing I see that it's not worth it at all. Basically, my plan is to get enough string to get a fishing rod because I want to tame these cats. That's the whole thing I'm doing this. Also for food, but mainly for the cats. In the end, I am gonna go explore, but off camera I'm gonna catch fish and tame one of the cats in this village, the calico cat specifically. After that I'm gonna travel a lot of blocks of camera, and the next footage we're gonna see is right in the middle of water in the dark because I found a abandoned village. To be honest, every time I found these abandoned villages, it's so like weird. Also, I forgot to mention the armor I'm have on is from the ruined portal that you saw in the clip earlier. But anyway, every time I see these zombie villages, it's such an exciting event for some reason. In my head, I think they are extremely rare, and I feel super like lucky that I managed to find them. You know, at this point, it's more unlucky than lucky, but I did get a melon from this, so that's nice. And after a bit more exploration, I would, in the end, manage to find a desert temple. Also in the zombie village there was a stonecutter. I just wanted to say that because I forgot to mention that. So I looted the desert temple and decided to take a saddle and a nearby camel and to go home. But on my way I found another village with a lot of cats, so I spent a lot of time fishing in a well of this village just to get enough fish to tame all the cats in the village. So after managing to do that, I found another village, but this village I thought looked really nice, and in the end I decided, you know what, there are two villages right next to each other, and this main village has actually cows in them, which was another thing that you don't get in deserts. There are no animals. The only animals you get are animals that spawn in villages, and I found a village with cows in it. So I decided, you know what, let's take advantage of that. And so I decided to stay there, get back to my base, take the cat and the items I left at this first village, and move completely into the second village. And now let's give the word back to Arn, which is not currently dying, sitting staring at a computer few hours after midnight, trying to edit this video so that you guys can enjoy it on Sunday, because I will not be home on Saturday and most of Friday, and I need this done. So yeah, enjoy. So we are here in this village, which is the third village I find, ignoring the zombie village, and I did decided that yeah, this will be my home. Well, at least my new home, because the old one was kind of rubbish. There are two things that are great about it. First of all, we have grass blocks. Those are great. We also have the second village right there, which is also good for us, because that village has cows, which is the only food that's not rabbits that's available for us, from what I know. I mean, I think there might be a chance we get a village with sheep, but I mean, cows are already great, and I don't think we are lucky enough to push our luck even more. We also have 2 lava lakes here, which will be great to make another portal. And there is another upset about this whole video, among many, because there's one more incoming that I'm actually gonna talk about in the last clip, but I, after this, did the nether portal, got into a crimson forest in the nether portal, not in the nether portal, but in the nether, and I just didn't record it, or it just didn't save. I don't know, either the recording somehow messed up, or I just didn't press the record button, which feels weird, because I have a memory recording it, but there's nothing. So enjoy a time lapse of me building my starter base. This is so scuffed. I did a bit of an oopsie, because I made a large wheat field and carrot field and beetroot field, and also got this small melon and pumpkin field. Now, yes, I should have pressed the record button, but I just spontaneously played. I was planning to just farm resources, you know, boring way, but then I just mined sand and replaced it with dirt. So you see, like, I have a time lapse of me, because I had to many times go to get more dirt into the cave. Like, you probably saw me do like this part right here, but I'm pretty sure me adding these slabs in and me starting building like this retaining wall right here, which I'm planning to go around this, like then make this field larger when I get more carrots, to have a larger carrot field, and to maybe also make this beetroot field larger. I have enough seeds for that already, it might look nice. Yes, I know beetroots are basically useless, but it's literally the best source of red dye or anything similar for me right now. Probably not for long, but right now it is the best. We have something exciting here. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Why don't you have anything I need? It's not that hard, I don't need much, I just wanted a sapling. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, yes. How much of this wood can I have? Okay. You know what? At least I have something, I guess. How much of the bag, guys? Okay, that's also not a lot. Let's also take some of this coral. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use it. I don't think that rooted... You know what? Let's also buy some rooted dirt. Even though it's not as useful, it will be useful. And let's buy some magenta dye. I might need to get more emeralds. Just wait right there. I'm just getting emeralds, don't worry. Let's do my main way of getting emeralds. Sugarcane. And let's use my favorite villager. To profit out of it. Right now. Okay, I have 8 emeralds. Please. Nice. Okay, we have some magenta dye. Again, basically all dyes are rare. I now cannot remember how do you get actually magenta from like mixing up dyes. There's definitely a recipe for it. I just cannot remember it. And there's a chance it's extremely difficult and unpleasant. Or it's extremely easy and I'm just stupid. But this was unfortunate. Now, do I kill him? Do I kill him? I think I do. I think I want the stuff, and we do have a fence here for the llamas. I think I want to keep the llamas. And I need only 2 of them, so... Let's join in. Then let's lead you to your... Not forever home, but maybe forever home, because God only knows how long you will be here for. In all of me doing all of this and the wandering trader spawning, I completely forgot to show you actually the house. Yeah, this is going to be my starter house. I'm going to move my chests over here into the storage underneath the stairs. This is mainly for decoration, the upper floor, but you know, I still wanted it to, you know, be accessible, you know, like it would be in a house. I think it's a nice, spacious house. Like, when I get some more things to, for example, to have lanterns, I might also put a lantern here. Let's just put a torch now. Yeah, that's nice. You know, it's nice. It's, you know, full of light thanks to the windows. Yeah, we also have nice doors, in my opinion. I want to say that this house is nothing special. Just if you literally look at the house with behind me or Google any like desert house on Google, you will find a similar house. I just took what I saw and tried to make it work with the crimson wood. It would be really better if I had access to things like spruce or dark oak, which I will try to farm for the next episode. Like, don't worry about that, that is my goal, get spruce and dark oak. The problem is that me getting any wood type except Dark Oak. I can technically farm that one by completely destroying the pillager outpost, but getting any other wood type just completely is not my decision. It doesn't depend on me, it just depends on the game's RNG and me getting a wandering trader to spawn. You saw how excited I was by that wandering trader, because that was the first wandering trader that spawned the entire time I was playing. And if you look at statistics, that's not statistics, time played, I already spent 7 hours and, well, that was 7.20 hours, so that's math. I cannot do math right now, I'm just too tired for that. Basically, I've spent only almost 7.5 hours playing in this world, and I got one wandering trader. You know, sometimes I feel like I get a wandering trader like every hour, and sometimes I just can't play for 7 hours straight and get one. And I don't know if that's just my bad luck or if that is just how the RNG works with them. Because I think that's a mystery I'll never like get the answer for. Similarly to why do villagers just need to cause me pain by completely breaking my sorted fields. But before we end this episode, I want to show you one more thing that I found in this cave. As you can see, I've got really lucky by actually getting coal. As I said, this premise was originally meant to be my first ever YouTube video, and it genuinely my biggest problem was I just couldn't find any coal, which luckily I am far enough in the game so that I actually have coal. But if we fall down here, you maybe can already see it right now. I found something exciting. I found a zombie spawner underneath our base. Isn't that exciting? I think it is really nice. I was extremely happy, not only because, you know, these things are not easy to find. Like, I usually have pretty bad luck. The only time I've really found one of these spawners is when someone finds it for me, like in on the Spirit server, where Galactic found the spider spider spawner underneath my base. I didn't find that. I probably wouldn't even know it was there to this day if Galactic didn't just tell me, oh, there's a spawner underneath your base, like close to your base. Maybe you could do something about it. And at that time it even wasn't in my base. That just happened after me building a totally normal starter base. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode right here. What did I do? I've explored, I found this village which I really like, built a path connecting my starter house which I built to the village right there, and build this field. Most of it is off camera because I'm stupid and I forgot to do the time lapse. Yay! But we did get another portal, so that's nice, meaning we have some access to food, but we still don't have access to any good fuel, and I think that's gonna be... But next episode I want to try to design something around this hole right here, make this look more of a mine that actually is part of this town which will grow here. And of course I'll see you next week. This series will probably be coming out weekly, unless some other series comes into play, or replay mode finally updates and I'll be able to record on Spirit again. But don't worry, even if I'll be able to play on Spirit, I'm planning to continue this series. So wish me luck in not dying, and I'll see you next time. Bye!